Thank you for joining us. I'm Dixie. I'm here with my husband Fred, Aaron, and Glenn today at St. Bartholomew's for Faith and Yoga. This week's class is about gratitude. With the month of November starting up, I'd like to get us all to create our own grateful energy and to recognize the things in our life that are blessings for us. When we have appreciation and thankfulness, it moves us forward. When you can see your blessings and acknowledge them, you can increase your grace and positivity. I'd like you to think about 3 things you are grateful for. There's lots of ideas to do for your family and the children this time of year with gratefulness. Some of the things I have seen are having like a drawing of a tree, or bringing a twig inside the house and writing things that you're grateful for on leaves and putting them on the tree. Or putting blessings in a blessing jar, and then at the end of the month, reading all the blessings that you've found come through the month. We had something very nice happen to us this week. We're all getting a lot of political mail, but we got a mailer the same size as political mail, and I almost threw it away. But it was for a free big bag of Nature's Pet dog food. So I was very pleased, and such a blessing it was to have a little bit of extra dog food on hand and some variety for him too. So even that might seem like a quirky blessing, but it was. So I'd like you to think about 3 things that you're grateful for, and in your mind say, I am grateful for, and then think of 3 things. So I'm going to give you a moment to do that, and I'll have Aaron just switch from me over to the cross and the little display that we set up today. I am grateful for. Just take a moment. I am grateful for. Three things that you're grateful for. I see 3 things I'm grateful for right here in the room where I am. Okay, and we'll come back to me, and we'll start with our breathing. So with gratefulness comes the thought of hands to heart center. So we have our hands here at heart center, and I want you to look at your hands and see the wonder that's in them. All of our hands are different. I have a very dear friend who watches our video from time to time, and she's missing one of her fingers, and so her hands are different from the rest of us, but she doesn't let it get her down. She can do more and is more capable than a lot of people I know. But just have a look at your hands and think what a blessing they are to you. And I'd also like you to start with your hands and spread those fingers wide so they stretch the webs in between your fingers. And also open and close them. Open and close. And one more, spreading wide. Bring your hands back to heart center. Let's take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. And another breath in. Hold for just a moment. And exhale. This time we'll do the counting. If you remember, I often say, breathe in for a count of 4, hold, and then exhale for a count of 5. That brings breath into all your cells. So let's get that going. Go ahead and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This time let your hands come down by your side. With the next breath, bring your hands up. Inhale. 3, 4, hands meet together. Pause for just a moment. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. And another inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, hands meet. Pause. And exhale to heart center. Thinking about those grateful things I am grateful for. And one more breath. Breathe in. Hands meet together. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Good. Actually, we should have oxygen to all our cells now. So let's start with our shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders back a little bit. We'll do 3s today. 3 back and 3 forward. And let's put that right arm up. Let it bend at the elbow. Hand comes to middle of back. Reach over with the left hand and do a gentle tug over. And we'll hold it for 3 breaths. And then release it down. Hands swoop down beside you. Left arm comes up, bends at the elbow. Hands in the middle of the back, reach over with the right arm, and pull over, and hold for 3 breaths. And let that arm come back down by your side. We're going to do our eyes now. So let's let our eyes look up at the right corner or right area of the sky, wherever you might be. So eyes look up to the right corner of the room. And take a breath here. And then let's take those eyes down across to the left corner of the room. Eyes look up to the left corner of the ceiling. And back down to the right corner of the room, on near the floor. Let's bring our hands back to heart center again. And if you're comfortable, gently close your eyes and just trust that you're in a safe place. And trust me that I will let you open your eyes again. So just let your eyes rest for another breath with a count of 4. And exhale. And gently open up your eyes. And let your hands come back down to heart center. We're going to put our arms extend out along the side. Take them back just a little bit of extension as a heart opener. Heart openers are important too when we're talking about gratitude. And bring your hands across and give yourself a hug. And then open up. And if you're able, reverse that arm, other arm on top this time. And once again, we're going to do 2 more on each side. So here's 1 and across. 2 and across. And 1 more on each side. Good. We're going to do a little bit of a side bend here. So we're just going to put our hands on our waist, and we're going to just do a gentle side bend to the right. And hold it for 2 breaths here. Bring it back to center. And let's lean over to the left. And back to center. Arms come up the side again. We're just going to do a twist to the right now. Twist to the right. Hold for 2 breaths. Back to center. And a twist to the left. 2 breaths here. Back to center. I'm going to ask Fred if he would mind coming up, and we'll go from the star position to do some alternating windmills from that, 3 on each side, Fred, if you don't mind.
So we'll start with our hands in star position. We'll take that right hand over to the left ankle, left arm up, look back over your left side. Back up, star position, left hand to the right ankle, back over that right side, maybe up toward those right fingertips if you can. Come back up to star position, other side, back up, back over to that right ankle, right arm up. Back to star position, other side. And one more time. Left arm to right ankle. And back up to star position.
Thank you, Fred. Now if you'll all meet me on your mat in child's pose, we'll move on with our warm-up and get started with our yoga flow. In child's position, toes come together. Hands are extended out front. Remember earlier I had you spread the webs of your fingers? We're going to spread them open wide again this time. And let your heart melt into the mat. In time, it'll go down. And let your forehead rest on the mat. Toenails are touching the mat. Take a moment here to recall those 3 blessings that you're grateful for. And walk those hands over to the right side of the mat into a C-type curve for your back. Remembering to breathe in deep. Here for 3 breaths. Let's return to the center of the mat. 3 breaths here. And over to the left side of the mat. Two more breaths. And back to center. Remember to spread those hands like starfish hands in this particular child's pose. And when you're ready, let's tuck the toes. And then just let yourself move your hands so you can sit up, and we'll stretch the toes in a way where we're not really used to stretching them. Sometimes my toes don't like this too much, but just give them a little stretch. And bring your hands to heart center here. Taking a breath in and exhaling. And letting yourself sit back a little more if you're able to. Getting a good stretch on those feet and the arches. If it's not comfortable for you, just please move your feet to a comfortable position. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes for your breath, it makes it a little more peaceful. Maybe you don't see the distractions in the room. One more breath here. And you can untuck your toes. And we'll come back to tabletop position. And once again, in tabletop position, knees are hip distance apart. The toenails are against the mat. Arms and elbows stacked over shoulders. It's kind of like having 4 pillars here, and the hands are spread wide. Press into all parts of your hands, not just one section. And we're going to go ahead and start our cat and cows. So let's start with cow. The belly drops down, gaze looks up as you inhale. Don't rush it, just take your time. One more breath here in cow. And if you're ready, let's pull our belly button into our spine and arch that back like a cat as you inhale. And hold here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, cow looks up. Exhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And if you need to wag a little bit, get your spine and your muscles loosened up along the side, please do. And when you're ready, let that belly drop. Inhale, gaze looks up. Last cat here, go ahead. Pull that navel in, arch that back, and get a good stretch and feeling. One more breath. Returning to tabletop. And taking a moment here in tabletop just to move at the hips a little bit and loosen up the pelvic area and the hips, the lumbar spine. We're going to move on to spinal balance here. So once again, check your position. Are you lined up? And when you're ready, send that right foot back. Foot is flexed, toes are pointing down. And when you feel ready, extend that hand out like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Good job, looking good. One more breath here. And returning to mat. Send that left leg back. Foot is flexed. When you're ready, extend that right hand. And bring it back in. Good job. Set up your kickstand on your right foot as we prepare for a heart opener here. And when you're ready, extend that right arm up as we open. Remember to smile a little bit. This is good. I'm grateful that you have all taken the time to do a little yoga with us. And when you're ready, return down. Set up that left foot kickstand and open up to the left. And back back down. Back in tabletop, and once again, do a little bit of motion here to get yourself loosened up. And once again, we're going to let our toes come together and go to child's position just for a moment. This time, yogi's choice, what you would like to do with your hands. You can just extend them. You can use them as a pillow for your head. Whatever you'd like, you can stack them. Coming out of child's position, we're going to put our hands out in front of us and do a toe tuck here and prepare for down dog. So when you're ready, let's lift those hips up to the sky. And up we go. And once again, feel the strength in your arms and your shoulders and your down dog as heels, don't force them, but as heels work to the mat. And you can pedal out here. And down dog, take that right foot and just step it over a little bit out to the side. See how that feels. You can get a little bit of a stretch there. And bring it back. And then do the same with your upper. Knowing that you're strong, and even though this is a little different, you're safe. And come back. Once more, a little more of a pedal. And when you're ready, walk to the front of your mat, ending in a forward fold. Forward fold, you can let your arms have ragdoll arms. Head is heavy. Let those arms swing from side to side. Let gravity help you get down even farther. And then release those arms and just let them do some circles. And reverse. And reverse them again with your circles. Coming to a halfway lift. Hands on your shins. Taking a breath here. Hands come to heart center. We're going to just take a turn to the right here with revolved arms. Back to center. We're going to take a turn to the left. Back to center. Let yourself slowly rise up from your forward fold, one vertebrae at a time, stacking them, and knowing when we do a forward fold, there's a moment for the vertebrae to separate a little bit and for the fluid in the discs to move around to help too. So maybe you want to do a little bit of extra movement just to get things moving, whatever feels good. And we'll take another breath here. And we'll prepare for mountain. So when you're ready, let's let our arms go up to tall mountain. Knowing that your feet are well grounded. Feel the strength in your feet. And let those arms extend a little farther. Take that right arm up by itself, but a little higher. And then the left. The right, and then the left. And once again, just kind of draw a semicircle. Or how about we draw a pumpkin on the ceiling with our hands. And now let's let them go the other way. stillness. Hands come together. Let's bring them to heart center. And once again, taking a moment to recall those blessings. If you're comfortable closing your eyes for just a moment, knowing you're not going to miss anything. Deep breath in. Fill this whole trunk of your body here with good air. Breathe in deep and exhale. Breathe in deep and exhale one more time. Let your hands come to the side. Hands are going to go out to the side. And once again, we're going to do a little bit more of a turn here. So we're going to turn to our right with a little more turn than you may have had before. More of a stretch. And back to center. And to the left with more of a turn. Good job. And back to center. And from here again, we're going to come hands to heart center. Extending those hands up. Going over to the right for a C kind of curve. And then back to center. And then over to the left. Back to center. One more time on each side. Center. And to the left. And back to center. We're going to bring our hands to goddess or cactus arms. And we're going to prepare for a squat. So you might have to move your feet a little bit to get a distance what you're comfortable with. But prepare for goddess arms and just let your knees bend down here to where you are comfortable. When you get to that spot, we're going to hold it for 3 breaths. That's going to seem like a lot. Push up through those leg muscles. Come together, hands come to heart center. This time we're going to do our squat with hands to heart center hands. So when you're ready, once again, let your knees bend. And hold that squat for 3 breaths. When you're ready, push up. Good job. Okay, taking in another breath here. I'm going to step off the mat. We're going to prepare for our tree. Remember I talked about the idea of making a thankfulness or a blessings tree. So maybe you want to think about that. Hands can come to your side and just loosen up a little bit. We're going to start with our left foot being grounded. You can use your right foot position here at your ankle, at your calf, or bring it up into your thigh, whatever is most comfortable for you. Find your focal point. And we'll go from there. So we're grounded into our left foot. Find your comfort zone here with your other right foot. Hands to heart center. And when you're ready, open up that tree into a thankfulness tree. Think of your blessings. These hands are spread wide. All the blessings. When you're ready, hands come to heart center again, and down. Preparing for the other foot. Grounding in well, pushing into all points of your foot. Find your comfortable position and your focal point. Hands to heart center. And when you're ready, open up that thankful tree. Good job. One side's definitely easier than the other side. Remember to smile. Being thankful is finding grace, and it's building grateful energy. And when you're ready, coming back down. Hands to heart center. Good job. Let's go to the mat again if you've come off, and we'll prepare for our warrior session. So we're going to start with our right foot going back. We're going to start with warrior two. So the right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. The left foot is bent forward. Hips are facing forward. And let your arms sweep up. And strong in those knees and legs. Turn your palms up. Turn your palms down. Let your right hand, yogi's choice, come to the back of your right thigh or to your back. I'm going to do my back today. Turn that hand, thumbs up, and lift that arm and look up for reverse warrior. Letting it come back down to our normal warrior two. One more, hands up. And the normal hands down. Let's bring our hands together to heart center and step together. And send that left foot back so it's parallel with the mat. Right knee is facing forward. And when you feel that you have your balance and you're set, let your arms float up. Loose at the shoulders. Good job. Taking time here to feel the strength. Turn your arms up, your hands up. And turn your hands down. Yogi's choice. Left arm comes to back of thigh or to your back. Right thumb goes up and look back for reverse warrior. Return to warrior two. Palms go up. And palms go down. And we step together, hands to heart center. Let's do a crescent warrior here. So remember that on crescent, you're on the ball of your foot. We've already stretched that a little bit with our child's pose. And take that right foot out to a 90-degree angle. Hips are forward, left knee is bent, hands come to heart center. And when you're ready, arms go up. Hands come to heart center.